Section 201. Powers and function of the Commissioner. The Commissioner shall have the following powers and functions. Letter A. Exclusive original jurisdiction to interpret the provisions of this act in a collaboration with the other relevant government agencies subject to review by the Secretary of Finance. Letter B. Exercise any customs power and duties and functions directly or indirectly. C. Review any actions or decision of any customs officer performed pursuant to the provision of this act. Letter D. Review, decide and decide disputed assessments and other matters related thereto subject to review by the Secretary of Finance and exclusive appellation jurisdiction to the Court of Tax Appeal (CTA). Letter E. Delegate the powers vested under this act to any customs officer with the rank equivalent to division chief or higher except for the following powers and the functions. 1. Promulgations of rules and regulations. 2. Issuance, revocation, or modification of rulings. And number 3. Compromise or abate customs obligations. Letter F. Reassignment of any customs officer that the perform assessment functions shall not remain in the same area of the assignment for more than 3 years. And letter G. Supervision and control over the handling of foreign mails arriving in the Philippines for purposes of collecting revenues and preventing the entry of contrabands. Letter H. Supervision and control on all imports and export cargoes landed or stored in piers, airport, terminal facilities including container on yards and freight station for protection of government revenue and prevention of entry of any contrabands. Letter I. Conduct a compensation study with the end viewpoint of developing and recommending to the President a competitive compensation and remuneration system to attract and retain highly qualified personnel while ensuring that the Bureau remains financially sound and sustainable. J. Exercise of exclusive original jurisdiction over forfeiture cases under this Act. And letter K. Enforcement for this Act and all other rules of law and regulations related to customs administration. Section 203. Annual Report of the Commissioner. Annual Report of the Commissioner. The Commissioner shall submit report to the President for the Congress of the Philippines and the NEDA an annual report of the performance of the Bureau or on before March 31 of the following year. Section 204. The promulgation of rules and regulations. The commissioner subject to the approval of the Secretary of Finance that shall promulgate rules and regulations for the enforcement for this act. The commissioner shall regularly prepare and publish an updated customs annual and rules and regulations and decisions of the Bureau. The commissioner shall furnish the Congress of the Philippines and the NEDA and the Tariff Commission with electronic copies of department orders, administrative orders, circular and rules and regulations promulgated pursuant to this act. Section 205. Copy of goods declaration. The Commissioner shall regularly furnish the NEDA and the Philippine Statistics Authority PSA, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, BIR, and the Tariff Commission, electronic copies of goods declaration processed and cleared by the Bureau. Upon the request, the Tariff Commissioner shall have the right to be furnished with copies of liquidated goods and declaration and other documents supporting the goods declaration as finally filed in the Commission on Audit (COA). For this purpose, the Bureau shall maintain electronic records of goods declaration and other documents supporting the declaration. Chapter 2: Districts and Port of Entry. Section 206, Customs District for administrative purposes. The Philippines shall be divided into as many customs districts as necessary, the respective limits of which may be changed from time to time by the Commissioner with the approval of the Secretary of Finance. Each customs district shall be supervised by one district collector assisted by as many deputy district collectors as may be necessary. The choice of the location of a district office, its business hours, and the staffing pattern thereof shall be based on the particular requirements of each district. Section 207, Ports of Entry. All ports of entry shall be under the supervision and the control of a district. A district collector shall be assigned in the principal ports of entry, while a deputy district collector may be assigned to the other types of port of entry. The principal ports of entry shall be located in Apari, San Fernando, Manila International Airport, Subic, Clark, Batangas, Legazpi, Iloilo, Cebu, Tacloban, Surigao, Cagayan de Oro, Zamboanga, Davao, Limay, and such other ports that may have been created pursuant for this act. For the effective reinforcement of the Bureau functions and without tampering business and commercial operation of the port, seaports, and airport authorities and private ports, the airport operator shall provide suitable areas for examination and for other customs equipment free of charge within a definite period of time as agreed with the private ports and airport operations, if any. Section 208, Power of the President to open and close any port. Upon the recommendation of the Secretary of Finance, the President may open or close any port of entry. Upon closure of any ports of entry, the existing personnel shall be reassigned by the Commissioner subject to the approval of the Secretary of Finance.